I would call it. Let someone do no camera, so I can eat.
This is a video that absolutely no one at FaZe Clan ever wanted to make because it's going to shed some negative light on a guy that we care a lot about, but he's forced this upon us, and this isn't the way we would like to publicly conduct our business. If people want these things to be public, then they will. So what we're going to show you right now on the screen is multiple different versions of contracts that since September of 2018, we have sent directly to Turner or Tfue in hopes to renegotiate his contract. The original contract he signed with us when we brought him into FaZe Clan in April of 2018 was done under a legal team with some slightly different management in the company. When we brought in new management, it became very evidently clear before any concerns were raised on Tfue's side that we didn't like this contract. And we knew how valuable a healthy relationship with Turner would be to us, so we immediately started making strides to come up with a new version to present to Tfue. Unfortunately, that relationship in terms of communication around renegotiation didn't go that well. So we had multiple versions presented to him because it wasn't very clear what his true motive was, right? We didn't know if he wanted more monthly salary. We sent him a deal that was gonna pay him 7 figures a year. We sent him a deal that included absolutely no splits at all. We had no legal right to take anything from him under every single term in this contract. Anything he made under any situation, any format, any media, it was all his. We were gonna take 0%. We've seen a little miscommunication in terms of community understanding about in-game items and what that might mean and what that applied to. Let us be very on the record right now. That has nothing to do with supporter creator codes. In fact, we as a company have never even taken on our own because we prefer to promote the codes of the creators and professionals that we have. So anybody who thinks that has anything to do with dipping into the pockets of supporter creator codes is sorely wrong. I mean, we were so proud of everything that we had accomplished together with him in the past year. His first beginnings were some of the greatest products on the internet that we've ever created as a company. We've been building 8 years towards having a relationship with a talent as gifted as Tfue. We recognized everything he had done for us. None of this was lost. We are all very aware of the impact that having Tfue in FaZe Clan brought us as a brand. It gets tough for us to be able to create a healthy relationship with the fans of FaZe Clan because, again, that's truly what we care about here, is protecting the relationship with our fans. Because over the course of the last year, they've also built a relationship with Tfue too. When it became clear to us that as we offered him more money, more fair splits, no splits. It got to a point where we'd sent him versions that almost included all of these things, and not only was he
I want to know the dates on these. I want to know the dates on these messages.
To it, he wasn't even responding at a certain point.
Was there a date? Was there a date? Really? Oh, shit. Oh, it was under my fucking little bar. January 2019. So 4 months ago. April 25th. A month ago.
At a certain point. When it became clear to us that his pure intention was really just to leave, that's very difficult. I've seen a lot of people online say, oh, why didn't you?
Sorry, I'm kind of like, now that there's stuff popping up.
Say, oh, why didn't you just let him out? We owe our fans much more of a debt than that, because our fans have invested their time and their effort and their care and their love into the relationship that we created with Tfue too. And for us to just drop him solely because he wanted out, I don't think anybody can rationally claim that that would have sat well with our fan base or frankly the culture of gaming and relationships in general if we were to just drop him. So we made every effort to renegotiate. So when people say online, this wasn't a blindside, you guys were aware of this, we were certainly aware we were renegotiating. We were definitely not aware that he planned to sue us. So from here, it's important to understand why people in FaZe Clan are so emotional about this, because we were so emotionally invested in what we'd created with him, and we never thought it would come to this. So for him to come out now publicly today, realize his true motives were to create his own organization and to directly compete with us, if anybody feels that it was in our best interest, both as a business and as a representative to the fans who care about us, to just simply wipe our hands and walk away and allow that to happen, then I'm sorry, but we can't ration with you. But we did try to ration with Tfue, and it didn't work, and that really sucks.
Yes, Seabass, I couldn't agree more, unfortunately. A point that I want to make is that when Tfue first signed with us, he was under a starter agreement. He wasn't the Tfue that everybody knows now. And the other thing is, it wasn't the first org that he's been part of. So he's signed contracts before with other orgs, and he knows what it means to sign a contract. So I just want to walk people through the timeline, since I was largely negotiating with Tfue's camp while Banks was having some direct conversations with Tfue. So that started, looking back at my emails, it started in September 6th. As early as September 28th of last year, we sent the first revised version of a contract for Tfue. We didn't get a great response to it. We didn't get much of a response. And so what we decided was, in the middle of January, I flew down with Banks and Tfue's direct manager to go sit and have a face-to-face with him and his dad to see if we can make some progress. It wasn't a great day. We didn't get a lot done, but we were still plowed on and tried to make things work. We sent him a new agreement to his lawyer January 24th of this year. We sent another updated thought on April 3rd, then again on April 29th. And then the other day, as this developed, we decided we're going to send an amendment to the agreement that gets rid of this 80% clause that everybody's been concerned about, even though we have never collected any more than 20% from him or any other of our members. Yeah, I feel like the other thing, and because we were having these issues and because we wanted Turner to feel that we had his back, we made the decision to not collect any money under the old agreement. Nothing from prize pool, nothing from YouTube, nothing from anything, except for a couple of brand deals that he accepted that we only took 20% of. And those deals came from us to him. So it's really unfortunate that we're here at all. The relationship with Tfue was much more important than the money. We gave him so many different options that had little, or even some of them had no money going to FaZe Clan. And yet we still couldn't get a deal done. And we come to find that the reason why is he never planned on getting a deal done with us. He wanted to start a competing organization. And that's like the Lakers letting LeBron James create a competing NBA team. They would never let it happen, and we should never let that happen. Our commitment to our fans is that FaZe Clan will continue to be thought leaders in the space, to be agents of positive change while the industry develops. Things will change, things will evolve. We want to be at the forefront of that always.
I think what he means is, by that, is he wouldn't let LeBron break his fucking, multi-million-dollar contract to go make an NBA team. You know what I'm saying?
Talent first, we are fan first, and we will continue to think that way as we help lead the industry in its change. FaZe the fuck up.
Incorrect? I don't really know, I guess, then. I didn't think you could. As a basketball player, you can just fucking avoid a contract out, dude. I don't know, man. The contracts exist for a reason, You want to abide by them as best you possibly can. Okay. So what do you guys think? Fuck, man.
And last night we did. Tfue uploaded his response to YouTube titled, "My Response, #Release the Contract." Tfue's response was only 2 minutes, so I'm gonna play it in its entirety. Roll it.
Yo, what is up, guys? I'm gonna keep this video really short and to the point. First, I want to say all the stuff about the gambling, the stunts, the drinking. I told my lawyer I did not want that in there, and he will do exactly just that. He will take it out. So that is no worries. That is out of my way. What I really want to talk about is the main point. I never wanted to upset anybody. I never wanted to bring that stuff in. I never wanted to get anybody to get emotional, because this isn't about that. This is about me and this contract. This contract that I signed when I didn't know any better. I'm an idiot. I should have never signed it in the first place. This 3-year contract. What is in this contract is so bizarre. It's so I wish you guys could see this thing, because I can't even fathom it. This contract basically allows FaZe at any point in the 3 years to just take all my hard earnings and all my hard work and just strip it. Over 49%, over 79%. What is in this contract is insane, and that's not even the worst parts. And what I'm trying to do here is just serve justice to the esports community, the esports industry. These kids are getting ripped off. They're getting taken advantage of. These contracts are not okay, and this needs to never happen again.
Hey, does he say over 49%, over 79%? Does he do that because, like, legally he's not allowed to say what it is?
And there's tons of people in contracts this bad, just like me. And I'm the first person to stand up and say, this is not right, this is not cool. And if only you guys could see what is in this contract. I can't disclose what is within this contract, but FaZe Clan, please release the contract for the public to see. Let me show the public. Just give me permission to show these people the truth that is within this contract. That's all I really have to say. Show the contract, FaZe. Release the contract. Everybody, hashtag release the contract. Release it, please.
Wow, my first take from that is wow. Anyhow, right after this video, right after this response from Tfue, it started trending. #1 in the United States, hashtag release the contract. So apparently this contract between Tfue and FaZe Clan is horrible, and the pressure was on FaZe to release it. FaZe Banks responded on Twitter by saying this: Tfue, we offered you $1 million per year and 0% splits across the board. The only deliverable on your side was to represent FaZe Clan. To act like we didn't try to fix your situation multiple times is manipulative. Tfue, like I said, for us, this was never about money. And with that new contract, anything agreed to in the previous one would be nullified. We offered so many different solutions, all of them taking absolutely nothing from Tfue. Tfue blew up and forgot where he came from. Classic clout poop. Okay, but will FaZe Clan release the original contract? Banks says this: by the way, we are indeed releasing the contract. Just got off the phone with higher ups, and we are preparing it for you guys now. I have nothing to hide, and everything I've ever said throughout all of this is the truth. We tried for a straight year to come to a new agreement. Now again, all this happened last night. Everybody was waiting for this contract to be released by FaZe. We were told that it wasn't going to come out until later today. However, a non-FaZe member, again, non-FaZe member source, gave the Blast a copy of the contract. And I'm not going to waste the time of showing you the contract because it's all legal stuff that you won't understand. But here are the main points of the original contract. For brand deals brought in by FaZe Clan, Tfue would get 20% and FaZe Clan would get 80%. For in-game sticker merchandise like the creator code, Tfue would get 50, FaZe Clan would get 50. Brand deals brought in by the gamer, 50-50. Appearance fees, 50-50.
So, the in-game sticker merchandise is not creator code. Remember they said in the last video, right?
50. And for prize money, Tfue would get 80% and FaZe Clan 20%. Now this contract is horrible. I mean, this is a horrible contract. But again, at the time, nobody watching this video right now, at the time that Tfue signed this contract with FaZe, knew who Tfue was. Except for maybe Tfue's brother, because I know you're watching. What's up, Jack? And speaking about Tfue's brother, we started to figure out and we started to get more information on why Tfue was doing this. It wasn't just about the contract, because you got to remember, yeah, it's a bad contract with FaZe, but FaZe offered to fix this. I mean, they offered him $1 million a year, and they would take none of his money, and he refused to sign. So why does he want to leave FaZe so bad? Well, another Fortnite pro player reached out to me and told me that Tfue wants to create his own org. So I reached out to Tfue's brother, Jack, and this is what he had to say. Tfue wants to create his own org, work with the brands he wants, and overall be free to change the face of gaming forever. FaZe refused to allow him to do this. Tfue creating his own org is in his best interest. Emotions and friendship aside, the corporate side of FaZe wouldn't let that happen. Turner had no choice. This was the only option to get out of his contract to make his plans and dreams a reality. Banks might be upset, but Tfue doing this is going to help a lot more people that it hurt. Wow! Okay, this is starting to become the ultimate betrayal, okay? Because, I mean, it's just without question, FaZe Clan helped make Tfue. They did. They promoted him. I mean, FaZe Banks is like getting a tattoo of Code Tfue on his leg, making a video of it, putting it out to millions of FaZe Banks' fans. I mean, if 1% of FaZe Banks' fans or FaZe Clan fans use Code Tfue, FaZe Clan, that means that FaZe Clan literally gave Tfue millions of dollars. That's how much money is being made here. So the fact that Tfue wants to leave and make his own org is, in my opinion, the ultimate backstab. Now, if you're a person that is in Fortnite esports, you're not going to see it that way. Those guys don't understand the entertainment side of YouTube and Twitch and all that. They don't understand gaming entertainment. In their minds, the esport players think, well, if I'm good at the game, then I'm going to be the biggest star. But that's just not true. There are better players than Tfue that beat him in competitions, and they're not huge stars. So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to get more information and a better statement from Tfue's camp, and we're waiting on that. Right now, we have the CEO of FaZe Clan, Lee Trink, on the line. Lee, how did all this happen?
Great question, and I would say it started a long time ago. You know,
Okay.
Obviously we have a contract that
Let's get an ice cream,
that
Hold on. This will be so much more enjoyable with an ice cream. Just. Okay. Oh, man. I really just need to just get a big-ass fridge and freezer for downstairs. Way too much working out.
Tfue signed in April. It's a kind of, I would call it a starter contract. It's a contract that, you know, before somebody's a big talent, they've got to start somewhere. Right. It's the same thing you know, whether it's the NBA or the NFL or the music business or the movie business, contracts in the beginning are small. And then if somebody develops into big talent, they're renegotiated.
Are these contracts the same contracts that you give new people into FaZe?
So, you know, the contracts that were created, the one that he's under right now was part of an old regime, right? So my partner Greg and I, we've taken over the business operation of FaZe since September. Before that, there was somebody else running the show and another legal team. And, you know, they put forward those contracts and those contracts have changed. And, you know, we looked at that. We decided there were some things that needed amending going forward. And so really all of our newer guys are under different agreements. I mean, there are some people that are still under that agreement that Tfue's in. But as he grew, we knew it was important to to amend the agreement, right?
Right.
So
we haven't heard really from Tfue's side that he was offered a better agreement or offered a way out of his current agreement, but he was, right? That's what Banks keeps saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, that's one of the upsetting parts is how many times we've tried to come up with a revised agreement. So the earliest emails that I have that are back and forth about new terms date back as early as September 6th. So, when I came in as CEO and my, me and my partner Greg, like one of the first things that we did was go to remedy this because Tfue was showing himself to be a tremendous talent, and Banks and the other founders made it a really important point to us. Hey, we should spring into action and we should get him a better deal because it's fair. And that's exactly what we did as early as September 6th.
And what was the reason? I mean, if you're offering all these better deals, how come he hasn't accepted them?
Well, look, I have a point of view with that now. I almost want to tell you the lengths that we've gone to try and get a new agreement. I mean, we went down there on January 16th. I flew down to Florida with Banks and a couple of our managers to go have a face-to-face with Turner and his dad to see if we can turn this into a productive conversation. I'll say that trip was not very productive. Some of the conversations that I had with his dad were definitely concerning. He talked about things like, he told me stories about, and maybe this is because I came from the music business and traditional entertainment, that he told me about his kind of very brief brush with the entertainment business, whatever, it's 20 some odd years ago. But to be honest, things like that are worrisome because I've seen it before when parents are trying to live their glory through their children. And certainly that was something that I began to become concerned with. We gave them a new offer on January 21st. January 24th, sent that to Tfue's lawyer. Didn't get much response. I think we got a response back in March. We tried to go back April 3rd with a new agreement, but it was clear, and I think what's clear now, and part of it is you've heard about this, is he was actually never interested in creating a new deal. What he was interested in was creating a competing org, and that's impossible. We're never going to get there.
Right.
The Lakers don't let LeBron go create a competing NBA team. It's just not what you do.
I mean, it's not in your best interest, especially after aiding and helping and developing this new star. It just, yeah.
Well, that's it, and it feels like especially relating to Banks, is that they sucked Banks dry of every strategy, every tool in the trade, everything that he could possibly do, not with just the interest of building Tfue, because they did. They put those into action, and Banks worked with him day in, day out to build him and build his career. But part of that was taking all of the way we do business, and obviously we're very, very good at it, and with the idea of creating a competitor. And that's not what freedom is. I mean, we gave him every other freedom. We gave him freedom to do other brand deals. We basically said, tell us what you want. Just tell us. As long as it's reasonable, we're there. We were putting money second to the relationship. Literally, we were prepared to just put the concept of whether we make money from Tfue on the side because that's how much we valued him.
Wow. Where do you see this going?
I mean, look, I'll be honest that over the last few days, I've spent a lot of time speaking to his lawyer, and I thought that we were on a really good path for reconciliation. It's the only thing that we want. I think that, we've tried to be very measured in our response, right? Despite the fact that Hollywood Reporter article, I mean, it was awful. I mean, they talked about things that were really just, it seemed patently unfair and dirty.
I mean, I personally know that some of that stuff is just untrue,
Even Turner in his video response last night said it's untrue. So even, I don't know what's going on there, but when they say something's there, a lot of the things that they said there had nothing to do with Turner and his contract. They were things to hurt FaZe Clan.
I mean, that's what Banks keeps alluding to on Twitter, that these are tactical moves to hurt FaZe, which is so wild to me because it seems like, you know, FaZe has done nothing but try to help Tfue. And I know some people in the audience are going to call me biased, but I'm sorry. That's the way I see it.
I mean, look, we're not perfect, right? This industry and what we do has never really been done before to this level.
Right.
So we're all learning while we're going. We're doing the best that we can. We show up every day. We want to be transparent. We want to be honest. We communicate with our talent. We are a talent-first organization. And again, it doesn't mean that we're perfect. We're constantly evolving and getting better as there's more and more attention. And frankly, more and more money is part of this. Money makes things crazy, right? This was a much simpler industry before all of the attention was the attention, the money, and some of all these kind of corporate guys.
Yeah, I mean, you take the business out of it. Banks and Tfue were close friends.
He's not wrong about that, though.
Everyone knows that. But we're going to have to leave it there. Ladies and gentlemen, CEO of FaZe Clan, Lee Trink. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you take the time to slap a like on it. We're going to update you on every detail of this story. DramaAlert Nation now over 5 million subscribers.
Thanks, Kim. Really appreciate it.
All right. Hell yeah. That's interesting. Okay. So now it's like, fuck, I don't really know.